2021's The Green Knight starring Dev Patel from Monkey Man and Lion. If you've ever seen The Norseman, this film is very comparable to that. And this film kicks off with some menacing narration accompanying some ominous visuals that admittedly left me in chills. I was already excited. The film then carries on as normal as any medieval period piece would, until the Green Knight makes an early unexpected appearance. Gawain, played by Dev Patel, volunteers to meet the Green Knight on his terms of combat, then ventures out on a fever dream journey, encountering giants, spirits, kings, and queens. The film then gives us some striking cinematic visuals that sometimes left me with a sense of euphoria. I've never been high off life, but there's a first time for everything, right? Now, this film is based off a book, which I have never read, but the movie seems to play out in chapters. Now, from what I've heard and as film interpretations tend to do, it goes in its own direction. However, I believe the film does it wisely, because every chapter seems to have its own lesson behind it. And this movie is meant a masterwork of cinematography, however it does tend to slow down in parts. But as I said, there is a lesson to be learned within each chapter. However, you may end up being a little confused as to what exactly is happening. But director David Lowery, from such films as Pete's Dragon, Peter Pan and Wendy, and A Ghost Story, keeps your eyes glued to the screen. By the way, did you know Dev Patel plays Zuko in the first live-action Airbender movie? His career was probably the only one who wasn't affected by that dumpster fire of a movie. And I'm happy to know it, because what a waste of talent it would have been. So far, I haven't seen him oversell or undersell any of his roles. But on to his character, Gawain. He's privileged, he's lazy, seeks to prove himself to himself. But in the end, he's just a coward playing knight. So apparently this film is about how life is both a curse and a blessing. There are also lessons about trust and what it means to be chivalrous. And at this point, you must be thinking, is this film for you? Well, with its elements of drama, horror, and fantasy, and with the kind of scenes you can enjoy while being booted off your mind, it's also not a rip-roaring adventure. There aren't any big war scenes, any big fight scenes, and despite the good acting, there aren't any real standout performances. If you like cryptic period pieces, I say go for it. But if you're expecting something like Game of Thrones, don't bother. But all that being said, I say it's at least worth one watch.